Hi, it's Dr. C, and today we will be going over an independent sample t-test in SPSS. So first thing first, I'm going to share my screen and show you how to input data and then run the analysis. So we have a blank SPSS data set. I always encourage people to put IDs so we can actually label our participants. It looks like by looking at the data that you have roughly about 8 for walking program and 8 for no walking program. So you have 16 participants. So they're measuring memory. So we're going to label this variable. And then walking program. So also notice that you cannot have any spaces for variables. So you can name it whatever you want. The label can have spaces. And then we have values. Go to value 1, which will be walking program. And then we go to value 2, no walking program. Okay. So we have data view. Our variables are here. And so now you have to actually insert your data. So first thing, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16. So with memory, you have to be very careful when inputting data to make sure that we don't make an error. And then we have 10, 11, 9, 13, 8, 6, 10, 13, 8, 6, 10, and 7. Okay, so in the walking program, I did put them in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now you have the data that's like immediately in your information, so you can just copy it and throw it in here. So I had to manually do it, which is fine. So now that we actually have our data here, it's going to be really, really simple. We're just going to go to Analyze, Compare Means, Independent Sample t-test. So here, you'll need to have our test variable is memory, and our grouping variable would be the walking program. Once you put it in here, you're going to define the group 1 to 2. Press continue. We press options to make sure it's everything here. I noticed that there was no alpha level provided, so I'm going to assume that it's at 0.05. So we're going to keep the 95%. So after that, you're going to press OK. And then you have your data set here. So when we're interpreting, it gives us our descriptive. So just by looking at this, we can already tell that there's going to be a difference. We're not going to make the determination yet, but we can just tell by the means and the standard deviation that there is a difference between these groups. Okay. The second thing we look at from the independent sample t-test is the Levene's test. This is testing for the assumption of homogeneity of variance, which essentially is measuring the variance between the two groups, right? We do not want a statistically significant Levene's test. So here it is above 0.05, so it's 0.555, which means that assumption has been met. So we can use this row of equal variances assumed, okay? So we have this, again, I don't have the hypothesis information, so I'm going to assume that it's a two-tailed test just to see if there's a difference. We're looking here, significance, this is below 0.05, which means that that there is a statistically significant difference between these groups. So that's essentially it here. Hopefully this helped and answered your question. If you have any additional questions, please let me know. All right, take care.